From humble beginnings, a comic book sci-fi fantasy-loving boy was raised by a hard-working single mom who equally loved classic films. I was that boy, and I had two things growing up: struggle and dreams. From Alfred Hitchcock to Richard Donner, my mentors were many, and their contributions to my worldview have been nothing short of superlative. Storytelling at its best can showcase humanity's greatest flaws, and in the same moment its unflappable strength in the face of insurmountable adversity. Film gives us an undeniable window into our past, an introspective look at our present, and an indelible vision of our future. Come with me as I look at entertainment from special places and times in different formats to help discover things about some of the greatest treasures we've either never seen or will never look at the same way again. I'm Tye Justis. Let's review. Hi, I'm your host Tye Justis, and today we're going to be reviewing one of my favorite science fiction films of all time, The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, from 1956. So the version I'm going to be reviewing today is actually the 1989 re-release of the 1986 Criterion Laserdisc. Laserdisc, you say? Yes, because this was the only version released with an audio commentary. Now, Invasion of the Body Snatchers has only grown in popularity over the passing decade since its release, and has been released on different formats in different ways. We have this very popular DVD. We have this terrible but pretty looking Blu-ray, which is completely bare bones. There isn't even a trailer. Nothing. Paramount didn't put anything on it. Didn't even port over the special features from this. Makes me a little angry. Got a little nerd rage going. So yeah, this was cool. This is alright, but has no features. So we're going to go with that, and we're going to move on. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers was released in 1956, directed by Don Siegel and produced by Walter Wanger. The screenplay was written by Daniel Mainwaring, the original story published in Collier's magazine by Jack Finney. This film was released in an aspect ratio of 2:1, known as Superscope, and was distributed by Allied Artists Pictures. Told in the middle of an otherworldly science fiction tale of seemingly benign alien supplantation through plant-like pods, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is essentially a love story, laced with heavy subtextual metaphors throughout. This film stars Kevin McCarthy, Dana Winter, and Carolyn Jones, who you might remember from her famous role as Morticia in the original Addams Family. Fun fact, Carolyn Jones was actually a natural blonde as she appears in this film. Set in the peacefully fictional town of Santa Mira, Invasion paints the picture of a seemingly perfect anytown America in the ultra-conservative 1950s. In subtext, of course, this film masterfully illustrates what really lay beneath that perfectly amiable, yet completely artificial facade. Cold War propaganda, witch hunts, and sacrificial lambs were just a few hallmarks of that time period propagated and stoked by the influential, along with those fearful of the few who held true to their moral convictions against the evils of this so-called war on communism and its progenitors. Those of you who stood against the anti-communist machine known as HUAC, the House Un-American Activities Committee, were ruined, and all in the name of patriotism. This era is essentially named for one man, Wisconsin Republican Senator Joseph McCarthy. Eventually, the senator was censured by the very Senate in which he served, but not before he ruined countless lives, from executives and scientists to writers and actors. The only real justice was to come in the form of the historical hindsight of a cowardly and fear-mongering movement, eternally highlighted by the one catchword that it is, and always will be associated with: McCarthyism. As explosive as it is expansive on the subtext of its time, from McCarthyism to bedroom insinuation on screen, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a wonderful film. That's why it continually survives and endures. This is a great film with great actors, action, production, and storytelling. Now let's see what the commentary has to offer. The scene-specific commentary by film professor Maurice Yaquar is very informative. It highlights substantial subtextual themes throughout the film, from Cold War and communism allegories to contextual sex between the main characters that had to be handled artfully, mainly through action and implication, to make it past the censors and onto the screen. Also, this Laserdisc was the first time the film was ever released in its proper widescreen aspect ratio on home video. In my opinion, Invasion 56 needs to be re-released through Criterion once again, so we can all enjoy this film given the Criterion treatment from beginning to end. Wow, I was really rooting for Kevin McCarthy and Dana Winter to get together. But you know, like most relationships, it didn't work out. Of course, we all think they start out like this.
I've never seen you before in my life.
But you've forgotten my dreams. I dreamt of you always.
When they're really more like this.
Well, I gave her character and charm she never possessed.
And they're actually like this.
I loved you! I hate you! You were the chosen one!
Next week, something racist, something Disney, something you've probably never seen before. I'm Tye Justis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.